Welcome back, guys. Guess where we're at?
Yeah.
Episode 3.
Episode 3, man.
So excited.
Can you believe it? I know people been waiting. You know, they was wondering what was going on.
I've been waiting. What are you talking about?
Hey, well, some of the best things you gotta wait for.
I'm impatient, so
yeah.
I was sitting here like episode 3.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's here now. Now that you got it, what you gonna do with it?
I mean, have fun with it.
Hey, so welcome back. Like Teaser says, episode 3, late and lit. And you know, as usual, please go to YouTube and subscribe.
Yes.
We need as many subscribers as possible. So.
I like the way them numbers been looking though.
Yeah,
like seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No doubt, we appreciate you. And like I said last episode, Tisha does a great job going through and reading all the comments and responding back to people.
I do.
And we had a lot of response from the text line. So
yes.
Once again,
thank you.
You don't know what the text line is? It's right below right now. You can text in questions, you can text in ideas, and Teaser reads them and brings them back to the table, and we try to make the show better every week. So
absolutely,
here we go, episode 3.
Yes,
it goes down.
Let's take off.
Let's go. So, topic number 1. Topic number 1. Casey Garcia.
I would have done this.
Wait a minute. Well, let's explain it first. Casey Garcia in
go,
Texas.
girl.
She's in her 30s. I don't know exactly how old, but she's in her 30s.
30 going on 13.
That's what the article said. 30 going on 30. I'm glad you read it.
I did. See, I've been reading, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I know how to read, write, and spell. I know 1 + 1 is 7. Like, what the hell?
But sometimes you worry me. 1 + 1 is 7. Sometimes you worry me because I know you'll read like the messages.
The first 3 lines.
No, not just that, but you'll read like the messages, you know, that we get from people, you know, talking about the show. And I know you're gonna read the jail mail. We know she's gonna read the jail mail. But I'd be worried if you're gonna read the articles that I sent.
I love the jail mail.
They might not be as entertaining.
Jail mail, they be having like flowers and stuff on the envelopes. I got a nice butterfly, by the way.
You know what? I'm actually glad that you said that because I've seen some very creative envelopes coming from the prison system.
They be putting my name on them.
Like, if you can draw a rose that good on an envelope, you should probably be out doing tattoos or something.
So, let them out. My advice.
Depends on what you did. Depends on what they did, let them out. I agree, but depends on if you out hacking people's heads off. Just because you can draw roses and you out here chopping people's heads off, I don't want you to get out. I need you to stay right where you at.
Is they fine?
But well, they got a fine when they chopping people's heads off, but no.
You might be fine and get a fine.
Some criminals need to stay where they at. But
true, I agree.
Back to regular program. Casey Garcia in Texas spent the entire day at her daughter's middle school.
You go, girl. That's all I gotta say.
Pretty much impersonating her daughter. Spent the whole day there. Actually, the story says
all the way to the last.
But wait a minute. What kills me is she said she was greeted by an administrator, like a principal.
Yep.
As she entered the school.
Walked through the hallway as well.
Spent her whole entire day at the school. And then at the end of the day, in the very last period, is when the teacher said, like, wait a minute, like, you're not that girl. I know that girl. You're not that girl. Could you stay after class?
Right. I would have went to all the lunches, though. Lunch A, lunch B.
For what?
Because, like, some school lunches, depending on the day of the week, be good as hell. Like, I'm dead serious. The chicken and rice, that's so off subject.
Okay, yeah.
With the biscuit.
It was middle school. For a second, I thought you were talking about
white milk, chocolate milk.
First of all, in high school, I don't think I ever went to lunch. Not one day, no matter what high school I went to. And if you went to high school with me, you know where I was.
You went to Lamar's class instead.
Yeah, Lamar's class. That's exactly where I was at. But no, seriously, like, what do you think about this lady, Casey Garcia, being able to go to her daughter's middle school?
I love her intention, though.
And spend the entire day at that middle school undetected. Like, there we go. Run with it.
Maybe wanted to see what was going on, though. That's the thing. See, look. Once upon a time, guys, I did one of my internships with Seward Police Department, okay? They had me go into the high school because of my size. Like, I'm always viewed as a little kid. I've never changed in my ways. So I go into this high school and I'm a student for 3 days. Mind you, at that time I was pregnant. So, you got to sit in the desk, and the desk is already attached to the chair. And my little ass, I got to suck it in to show I'm not pregnant and I'm a student. And then I got to sit in this chair and just, sit there.
Right.
So the intention.
So you got personal reconnaissance in this.
I would have did what she did. Okay, her intentions were good though.
How do you know that?
Summarize that, because I read the article. I read.
Okay, so
I readed it.
Okay. So if you readed it, like, that's not cool for me. Like,
For you.
Okay, well, I'm the one that's talking. I'm not talking for anybody else. I'm talking for me right now.
As a mom point of view, I would have went in that school and would have. But she wasn't the only one though. There's been cases like that. This one mom dressed as her daughter because she went in there and whipped the other student's ass.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's the exact reason why it's not okay.
But this mom, her intention wasn't to whip ass. She went
you don't
in
know
there
that.
to
Like,
look,
what if her daughter was having beef with somebody, and the mom
She'd be
runs
like-
up on that kid? You know what I'm saying? And,
Wait for the beef to come to you though. That's
Okay, what if she waits on the beef to come to her, and those same girls that are messing with her daughter run up on her, and she whoops the girl? Okay, guess what?
They
man?
finna get chicken
That's a
in their
felony.
face.
You're whooping a kid's
Look
butt.
at you, Mr.
on
Criminal
public
Justice.
Ain't criminal
I'ma
justice.
be
That's common
like-
sense. That's common sense. I'm a black man. I know that you're getting a felony for going to a kid's school
Yes.
and whooping their ass.
Let me tell
and then
you
they're gonna add
something.
on an extra charge.
Look at him, guys. I got him educated.
They're
Look
gonna
at
add on an extra
you.
charge because of you being trespassing.
I love
being
criminal
in that
justice
school.
people.
So that's a problem.
But she went in there because she was trying to get the point of view of what's up. Her intention, as the article said or stated, was she went in there to view upon security. How
Okay.
security ran in the school. Is there enough security? Is it appropriate for the
Right.
setting? I mean,
Right.
are they available upon needed?
Right.
Until
I
she
understand
got
that.
caught,
I
and
understand
then they want to charge her.
Right.
Her intentions were good. I don't
Right.
understand why the charge that she got trespassing and
I don't know what's but
something about like she messed around with government like paperwork and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if she
because she's
intentionally
doing
did.
tests in her daughter's name.
Stop. Man,
That's illegal. But
I've done my kids' home.
not at the school though. It's different when you're
Think
at
about
the
what-
school impersonating your kid.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so look, I
that's
got
why we
kids.
go back and forth. Okay,
I got kids in middle school.
I'll do it.
Or actually, I have one son entering middle school. And I've had several
I'm that
kids that have
size.
been through middle school. And what I know is if somebody had a problem with my son, and they came and they impersonated their kid and they spent the day at their school and they was looking for my son to fight my son, and they find my son and fight my son, guess what's gonna happen?
Inmate
Two
number
things gonna have to happen.
27,
Number
8.
one
Huh?
is the school better act efficiently, properly, quickly, and
Safely.
and to what I feel is going to secure my son's safety.
Correct.
And not only that,
Don't forget about other students.
no,
though, 'cause
not only that, I'm coming to see you. Whoever you are, I'm coming to see you. I don't even need no. They better have the when I get there.
Well,
Because
then-
I'll put my palms on you about my kid.
I swear earlier you said something about running somebody over.
I ain't saying nothing about running nobody over.
I swear I heard running and then over somebody. I mean, I don't know if you put those two together.
Whatever it is, she ran over the school administration on that day.
Me?
And
You said she. You talking about me?
she, Casey Garcia
Oh.
of Texas.
You go, girl, okay? Your intentions
You
were
go
good.
to jail, girl. That's what should have happened.
I'll get you out, girl.
And any kind of inmate you gonna get out.
Who told you
The
my-
people ain't
who
even
told
all the
you
way
that?
in jail yet, and you ready to get them.
I mean, sometimes you want to get, you don't
like,
want to get past booking.
She's
I mean, who
already
wants-
out on bond, and you're trying to tell her to go back again, and you'll get her out again.
Look,
You will re-bond her, if that's a word.
I ain't no bail bondsman. It depends on what you look like.
Hey, bro, that's crazy.
Bro,
like,
man.
that is not fifth floor. That's crazy. Like that's not okay.
I can't.
And I'll tell you what. Just like I said a couple episodes ago about holding people accountable.
What had happened was?
What should happen is the same way that Casey Garcia got. I thought you was about to drink out my drink. I was about to be like, whoa, we don't do that.
Look at my face.
Yeah, but the same way.
It's whiskey. I'm gonna be
The
like,
same way that Casey Garcia got a ticket, the school administration should get a ticket because they were
Because they
negligent.
didn't recognize
they were negligent in the
someone in the
care
building.
of those kids,
Correct.
Because it's their job to properly screen
Correct.
those individuals
Screen and
who
secure
are coming to the
and
coming
provide
to the
safety.
School. That's their job. So if Casey Garcia
Screen,
gets a ticket,
secure, safety.
as should school administration,
Yeah.
and especially the school as an entity.
But unfortunately, they only focused on this mom was in school.
Because they're focusing on the wrong shit.
Correct.
Per usual.
And that happens.
All the time. Whenever fights like this happen at school or people infiltrate the security system at school, they
need
always
somebody
want to
to
blame
blame.
the people.
Yep,
They
that's what I
don't
was
ever
gonna say.
want to hold the administration
Yes.
and the school accountable.
No.
I love public school. I love school, period.
Of course.
I also love
We
going
have
to
a
the
good
club.
school system.
And I also love going to the club. And I like going to the club when the club is secure.
Seems like you're
When I feel like
ready. Just like I was proving my point.
When I go to the club, I want it to feel like I'm going to be good at the club. Like I know if I'm able to get my
What do you got,
my
a punch
ratchet in the
card?
club,
You got a punch
if I can
card?
get my ratchet in, he can get his ratchet.
How do you be good at the club?
I like to feel good and have fun.
Feel-
I don't want to be looking over my shoulder, and that's the same way it should be at school.
You don't want to look over your shoulder because the stripper's behind you? Like you have like a...
I do like strip clubs where there's multiple poles. The one there, one over your shoulder.
Ooh.
But that's not what we're
I
talking
will
about.
personally
We're
pick-
talking about schools that should have security
Yes,
over every
not
shoulder.
strip.
Over there, over there.
Correct.
Over there.
I think
Making
it's
sure that
important
these
in the
kids,
office.
because we pay taxes for our kids
Yes,
to be able to go
we
to these
do.
schools.
And them school
they
lunches
should be as
to
secure
lunch
as they
periods.
are walking into a government building.
Correct.
Because that's what school is. It's a government building.
We send our kids there because we're like, okay, you're there to learn, education, curriculums and stuff like that,
Right.
interaction with peers and stuff like that. But also, I should feel at all times that my children are safe. If I'm gonna drop my
Absolutely.
children off there, because they better not call me and act like they're sick, and then I have them go on the phone and then threaten them and
Absolutely.
tell them to get their ass back to school, and it don't happen.
There's been situations where parents drop their kids off at a skating ring, and the skating ring has staff in
Was
place.
it like the lockout? You remember those?
I ain't going to no damn lockout. Like,
Yeah, you did.
they was locking me out. But there's situations
I
where
can't.
parents drop their kids off at skating rings, leave their kids there for 3 or 4 hours, and if something happens to their kid while they're in those people's
Yes.
custody or their supervision, they get held accountable, and people have sued those establishments.
Correct.
Why is it not the same thing in school? Like, why aren't you held accountable to make sure that my kid is not assaulted
Protected
or my kid is not put in harm's way
It's
while
hard
they're in your care?
and you see it's either difficult or you don't see enough about like a parent suing a public school system or like a school individual.
Because it's almost like suing the police department. Nothing happens.
It depends.
Everybody watches out for each other.
Wrongful death, negligence.
There's been rare cases that I've seen people win
That is true.
against the school
The system.
or
Yeah,
the
the system.
the blue wall, which is the police department. Very rarely has that happened, especially if you're a minority.
Yeah, that is true.
Point blank period.
That is true. Sometimes they'll look upon stuff that's not relevant to, want to pursue suing that avenue just because they want to make a point, but they're all like, no.
Yeah, or they'll tell you how hard it's going to be instead of telling you what the outcomes or what the
Yeah.
solutions could be. Like
Goodfellas?
I don't care that it's going to be that hard. It's not going to be hard for me because I'm going to sit
No,
here and say my
I'm
truth
gonna
over and
fight
over
my
and over.
fight for
It's
my
going to be
child.
hard for you as the
Oh,
person
yeah.
that I'm paying
'Cause I'm gonna
to
show up at your
represent
door.
you. Absolutely, hold them accountable.
Show up at their door. He
Hold
said,
Casey
absolutely.
Garcia accountable too, because she shouldn't have took her ass inside that school doing unsanctioned
I disagree.
documentary or science project, whatever it is that you
She
say
did
it
the
was.
girl homework.
Illegal,
Oh my gosh.
didn't work.
Who do you want to complain? He's so quick at that.
So real shit. So building on the last topic about Casey Garcia, Texas, the mom who
You go,
went to her
girl.
daughter's school and impersonated her daughter illegally, did her test
Compton.
illegally. There's a new segment that we're gonna want, or a new aspect that we want to bring to the show, and it is called Dun 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 Dun.
What if her name was Obama-Nique?
What if they were black?
Why do you say it like that? Black.
Because I want to feel like I'm a white, like a white newscaster.
Or you're like,
What if it was a black?
I have a
person?
black friend. They always float it out there. I don't know why.
And I got a problem with that. Like, if you know how many black friends you got, obviously you don't have
But
enough.
sometimes people like, A. You notice that? Like one.
That's because off the top of their mind, they could just think of one.
Or like
If you're in Nebraska and if you're in Lincoln, it's probably hard to have, if you're a white person, more than 3 or 4 black friends. And then so when you start thinking of them, you're like, okay, I got Reggie, I got
Jeremy.
Fly. Well, I wouldn't really call Jeremy a friend. Like, he's kind of an associate, but
Why you sound like that?
I'm just well, because that's my make fun of white people voice. Every black person has a make fun of white people voice.
So
don't care
I
what
mean,
it-
like he
exactly.
would what?
So, getting back on schedule because sometimes we veer off.
Why are you pointing toward me?
Well, that's where we're veering off to. It's always
He's
this
all
way.
like, you might as well just do this.
What if they were black? What if Casey Garcia was Reginae Jenkins?
So you
First of
said
all-
Ray J.
Reginae. First of all,
Reginae.
you know when they name so long you can't even get it all in the name tag. You got to put
Little-
2 name tags together. Reginae Jenkins.
Little Wayna?
Yeah, his daughter is that. That's no offense.
No, it's not. It's not Little
Sorry,
Wayna.
Easy. But that's a hood ass name.
Dominique or Little Wayna?
But okay, but what if her name was Reginae Jenkins? I guarantee you, it wouldn't have been
That's
one
a beautiful
police
name,
car.
though.
Sure, it wouldn't have been one police car showing up to the scene. First of all, as soon as they would have been like, we got Reginae Jenkins and where's she at? Where's she at? SWAT team, crash the window, bring her in, bring
Hey,
in the
what
bomb
is the
squad.
SWAT team? The whole time, like, what does the SWAT team look like?
Well, Reginae Jenkins is gonna know what the SWAT team looks
I
like.
want to know what the SWAT team
Casey
looks like.
Garcia is not.
Again, you go, girl. She went in that school to prove
Actually-
a motherfucking purpose.
No, prove that you need to be locked up. But actually, I think that they didn't even catch her until the next day. I think the police came
No.
to her house the next day.
I mean, well, the article also stated like the teacher didn't notice that she was not the student until
Until the last period. Right.
But it made
and
it
that's
seem
my
like-
point. If it was Reginae Jenkins, it would have been that last period that the police would have showed up and they would have been like, no, Reginae, you're not going anywhere.
Lunch. That's why I would have been.
You're not going home,
Both
Reginae.
lunches. Both lunches.
You're about to get a number like 971223.
How do you know that number?
I just made it up, but I'm sure you know it.
Oh,
Jail mail.
So it's JPay. It's not.
Holler at her. Don't try and act like you all techie with the shit like you only do JPay. She write you niggas back like that right back too. It ain't just, she don't just type it out. She takes time and shows her penmanship when she writes you
You
back.
asked me the other day if I kissed the back of the envelope. You can't because they'll return it back.
For real?
Yeah, because they think it's a substance.
Wow.
What?
Here we go. That should be Tisha's tip. Tisha's tips shouldn't be sexual tips. They should be prison correspondence tips. You know what I'm saying? You can't kiss the
How
back of an
to
envelope
act in
because they
visitation.
will think that it's some type of paraphernalia that you're putting on there to get to the inmate.
How to get through a pat search?
Tisha's tip. See?
It works.
You
Don't
watch.
say it
This
didn't
is
work.
gonna be the last
Don't
week of
say
her
it didn't
sexual
work.
stuff. The sexual stuff she got ain't been working anyway.
Hey, remember I
You know what I'm
said
saying?
sex and drug dealers. That ties in with inmates because
she
you
had girls having sex with drug dealers and now they accessory to felonies and shit. Like, it don't work.
some girls go down for
We
their men.
gonna switch
Shoot.
this Tisha's tips from sexual to inmate correspondence.
Look at what we
How
like.
to properly correspond with
With
a
your
guy
inmate.
who has numbers that are run concurrently or consecutively.
He's talking about the sentence. Well, look, we're gonna do that together.
Gonna do what together?
The sentence.
Oh, I thought I was gonna write them back together. I'm not writing y'all back.
You could. They get lonely in there. Okay, that's what I was
Well,
told.
you're gonna be lonely
I
waiting
was
on
told.
me. If you was black, it's gonna be multiple police cars, sheriff cars, independent agents, FBI,
Marshals.
IRS.
You said the IRS. H&R Block's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be there too.
Every alphabet boy is gonna be up in that parking lot.
They're gonna be
DEA,
like
all CIA, NAACP.
TEJA.
She gonna be in there looking for jail inmates right now.
I mean, if it's a lot of look, whoever they're arresting, I'll deal with them later. But you talking about the marshals and the feds and all that? I'm finna be finding a man.
But if you watching this podcast, like for real, you know, even if you white, you know right now in your heart of hearts, if Casey Garcia was Reginae Jenkins, she would be getting
Different
charged
outcome.
with more than what she got charged with.
I think so. I'm joking.
Absolutely,
All
I
right,
think
I'll
so.
quit challenging him. He's a
Absolutely.
little
And not
sensitive.
only that, she wouldn't have been picked up the next day. She'd have been picked up that night. She might not even been able to leave
Possibly
the
at the school. See, that's what I'm
They
talking
would've been
about.
on that-
Usually they will hold you.
Todd, could you please locker room 201? Reginae Jenkins is in here impersonating her daughter, Tamara Marie Jenkins.
She just turned in the
Alexander
test, the
Croft.
math test.
Yeah, she just did her daughter's math test. She failed her fucking humongously. That's the reason we know it was her. Her daughter's a great student. Reginae, I mean, she even put her daughter's name on the test, and that was misspelled. I mean, we don't understand it. It's crazy out here, Todd. Lock the door. She's not going home.
Oh
If she was
my god. Okay.
Say what you want to say about it.
Go ahead. I mean, it's a nice, story and stuff. So go ahead.
It's the truth, truth. So, Miss
Yes.
T,
Yes.
next topic.
Yes.
I think this is more of a question that you might have come up with.
Yes.
But what is your biggest turn on and your biggest turn off?
I'm glad you want to know. So, guys, let me tell you something, okay? Let's start with
Tell us something.
Please, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, though, okay?
Okay, Fire Marshal T.
Shit. Well, me and Bill, we go together. But anyways, my biggest turnoff, okay, is the word cock. I cannot. Like, I'm just like, it makes me move my body. I cannot fuck with you if you use that word. Especially during sex. It can be so good.
Suck my cock.
Waterfalls and all. You say that word, they'd be like,
Could you suck my cock?
can you go home? I'll quit calling you. You know how you be calling, that one for the D? I'll
Oh,
quit
my
calling.
cock's so hard
I hate
right
that.
now.
Oh, I hate that word. Like, and I be so into a porn, and they be like, "Yeah, girl, my cock," and you're like, "Boop." I can't.
Hey, okay, so
Please don't.
So this is the first thing I'm gonna say about that is
You said it.
no.
Don't.
You must fuck a white boy.
No, I don't.
Because I don't know many black dudes that say cock.
No, I don't. Look at
Like-
me, the hood side out. No, I don't.
At some point in time,
Not trying to be racist, but no, I
either
love
you mess with a black dude that
chocolate.
said that hung with a lot of white dudes, or you mess with a white dude. 'Cause I don't know one black dude that I've ever heard cock around.
In porns.
A black dude in porns or sort of
There was some of them have white dudes in porns. Like, it depends on the scenario. It could be massage. It could be like stepdad and daughter. It could.
I ain't ever heard no brother say,
That's what I'm saying.
touch my cock. That
Ew.
sounds weird. Like, hey girl, could you do me a
Wait till you
favor?
see this cock. I'm all like,
Wait till you
like
see
you are
this
not
cock.
coming over, and I ain't coming over there.
That's crazy. Like I said, that's got to be a white. You know what?
Yuck.
One thing.
Hated it.
One thing, y'all might think I'm crazy, but one thing that I just
You
learned
are.
about,
I'm
like,
not.
I just learned like last year,
How to pee?
without getting the pee on the toilet. I did. One thing I just learned is like, I learned I've heard white women say it all the time, but I never knew what they meant when they called each other like a cunt. I was like, you fucking cunt. I was like, oh shit.
See you
like,
next
in the
Tuesday.
hood, like when white women said that in the hood, like I was like, that's
What white women say cunt in the hood?
no, well not in the hood, but when they said it, I was thinking like when
high
sisters
V?
in the hood
Yeah.
call each other a bitch, like bitch, and then it's finna be a fight.
You know that thing to come up, look, cunt? You be all like,
No, like white women be like, she's a fucking cunt.
I know.
And I was like,
Wow.
cunt. Like I just thought it was like bitch.
Whoa, you go, girl.
But I just figured out like
They about
cunt.
to fight. She said that word.
Yeah, I just figured out what a cunt was. That's crazy. But to me,
You
that's
went
the
your
same.
whole life and like you're just like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
this age.
I was 37 when I found out
Look
when
at
they
you.
say cunt, what a cunt is. I just thought it was like bitch. I didn't know it was, what it is.
Are you gonna test it out? Like you gonna go somewhere and be like, what up, cunt?
Never. But at least when they say it, I could be like, I know what that is.
Cunt and cock. Can't do it.
She hit her deep with that word.
Like, can you feel this deep cock? I'll be like, you gonna feel this deep fist in your fucking face?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I can't.
Okay, I understand that.
You asked.
For me, my biggest turn off is probably somebody who like doesn't have confidence. Like somebody that
Really?
is always like looking for reassurance from other people.
So non-sex, because I thought you was going to talk about a turn off with sex. That's all I was ever
No,
thought.
no. Well, you always thinking about sex, but the question purely
am?
said, "What's your biggest turn on and turn off?" I know how to read, you know.
I thought it was sex. I mean,
So mine is like if somebody's not confident. To me, it don't matter like what
if you're
somebody
not
looks
confident
like
in the
or
bedroom,
confident anywhere, like. And I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I see women who are overly confident who might not be wearing something, maybe shouldn't be wearing something that they got on, and
come on, like.
for a minute I'm like, oh wait a minute, you look like a pack of biscuits.
In her head, look at me move my hair like this. In her head,
But if
she looking good.
Exactly.
She like, you
And
know
that's
what? I'm finna, I'm
that's
looking good, okay?
That's what is good to me is like when somebody's that confident in who they are as a person,
Yes.
and they feel that
It's
good
important.
about themselves.
It's important.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
talked about that last
that
time.
exudes out to other people
Correct.
when somebody feels good about themselves, no matter what they look like.
Love yourself.
Because
Love
if you're around
yourself.
somebody and when you first meet them, they might not you might not be attracted to them, but then you're around them every single day and you get to see their personality, you get to see how much they love themselves,
Of course.
and care for themselves, and that starts getting into you and it becomes infectious and contagious.
It's always the fine ones that don't act right. That's what
it
I've
changes
learned.
the way you feel about that person. And you could probably end up falling in love with somebody that you didn't expect to fall in
Ugly.
love with when you first seen them from their outer core. But when you get to know their inner soul and who they are as an individual, things change. So for me, like that would be my biggest turn on is
Okay.
like somebody who's confident in who they are.
Okay.
My biggest turn off would be somebody who's overly confident.
Okay, like conceited?
Yeah, who just thinks that they don't have time for the average person. Somebody who thinks that because they look great, they don't have flaws.
Everybody has flaws. Everybody.
You know.
Whether we see each other's flaws or not, they're there.
But it's the people who are able to embrace
Okay.
their flaws
Yes.
and try to correct their flaws.
Yes.
To me, who are more attractive than the people who don't embrace it and don't try to work on it.
Well, some of us, as we get older, start to embrace our flaws. Like maybe it's that, like an insecurity, So it's like as you get older, you're like, I'm finna own
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, but that's okay. The
I got
problem
one
is-
titty that's bigger than the other. I'm finna own it.
The problem is when it becomes too much and you start saying, this titty a 36 deep and this titty a 38 and you walking around looking like a motherfucking watermelon and a grape.
Wow.
Like you got a problem. Like that's
You would look.
and
You
you're
would
still that confident. Like kudos to you, but you're looking crazy.
You go, girl. I mean, if that's how she was made,
You need to
that's
go to
how
the
she
club
was
with shoulder pads on.
made. Stuff it. Just stuff it. Or go in there with the watermelon and the grape.
Yeah, whatever.
She might be in there like having
But
a good time. Don't be ruining it.
Women who are overly confident, who don't have time for the average person, who makes it like they don't have time for the average person, is unattractive to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
How about you?
understandable.
What unattracts you to a man besides him being free?
Besides that word,
Besides people not checking his mail before he sends it out.
I can't put anything in those. Like, 'cause doesn't the mailroom
Why do all my envelopes got tape on them?
they pre-opened and shit when they get? I don't know how I know all this. That's weird. Anyways, okay. So outside of sex, what is a turnoff?
Yeah, turn off.
Somebody who doesn't have like a hustle or a goal. Okay, because I'm naturally a hustler. Okay, so it's
I'm
like
a hustler, baby.
I just want you to know.
Why is it black people always got to finish your song for you? Why can't you ever just say something and that just be the end of it? They always got to join in.
Why?
Just like if you get more than 3 black people together and you're talking, they're always going to form a circle. I don't know why.
if you got maybe 3 black people and like 6 blunts.
And that's our drug dealing portion of the show. So back to it. What's most unattractive to you?
I mean, somebody who, like I said, doesn't have a drive. Like, I need you to be matching like some type of level because I thrive off success. Coming out of foster care, like you're sitting there going through people's homes, not having control of your life. And so for me, it was just sitting there and building up what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, what I wanted to accomplish, and then you know, when I'm a parent, you know, what do I want to show my children? So it's like, if I have that male figure in my life, like, I'm gonna need you to be a hustler, baby, like I am, okay? So we can do that together.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be a power couple. So, but I mean, so it's the word cock, and like, you gotta have hustle.
Yeah. And I can
Not drug dealer hustle. I mean, that's a job.
I did that. And you know what? I ain't even gonna knock if drug dealing is your thing and that's your hustle. Like,
hey, I know people that be making some, but I be like,
hey,
what I go to school for?
I don't knock anybody's hustle, you know. But,
no, my hustle is criminal justice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm super fucking good at that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
addicted to it. It's a passion. It was a goal that I made come true, and I've gone through every different avenue within the system to be better. You know, so it was just like I'm building my way up. So that at the end, if there's an end at that time, I want to be the best.
Yeah.
You know, so there's that hustle, there's that drive of, no, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I love my criminals. Though.
But yeah, it also goes back to people who are like-minded, you know, being compatible because they're like-minded. Like, if I'm a hustler, I don't want to be with somebody that every day I get ready to go and hit the street, pound the pavement, and make money. I leave the house and she sleep. I come home, she sleep.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She playing in her hair, doing her makeup. I need a self-motivator. I need a self-starter.
Yeah.
I need somebody who's going to get out there and pound the pavement and bring back money. And I don't even care if she's the breadwinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
some women do have side hustles.
You get more money than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing hair, selling drugs at the house, babysitting. Hey, some women sell
drugs out the house.
Some women, well, they do both.
If you selling drugs out the house, you shouldn't be fucking babysitting.
I mean, maybe it's after daycare hours. Are you kidding me? Daycare. I know some people who've done that. I watch Cops all the time, boo.
Yeah.
You asking the wrong person.
They go from Cops to Rescue 911.
992. Well, I don't know. But like I said, those two things are all like, no.
I did that.
Yeah, well. But like I said, the word cock, please don't come my way with that word. Like,
So, Tisha, next topic
yes,
of the night.
Again.
Should entertainers, basketball players, comedians, etc.,
have my number?
should they be role models to kids in the community? Like, to the youth, should they be role models? What do you think?
Well, Bobby.
Jenkins.
Ray Lee. Oh, okay. So I think that depends on what you're doing. I mean, I think athletes, of course, like, you know, you're having physical sport contact. It's like trying to get the child out of maybe a situation that's not positive, situation that's not safe, getting them off the streets, you know. But then you have entertainment business where, are we talking about rappers? Are we talking about artists?
Anybody who's in the public eye. Do you feel like they should be a role model to impressionable kids who idolize and look up to them?
Yes.
I disagree.
Okay. Told y'all. Hated it.
Well, the only reason I disagree is because I feel like there should be people in your community that these kids can look up to. Like,
they could be a community member though.
Sure, but my dad was my role model.
Okay.
Like, I could look, even though my dad, you know, he didn't have a lot of money. He didn't, you know, drive. He had a nice car. He didn't drive a fancy car. You know,
it was
he worked his ass off for everything that we had. I seen this dude wake up sometimes 7, 8 in the morning and go to work and not come home till 9, 10 o'clock at night.
His hustle.
You know what I'm saying? And that to me showed me, like, man, I want to be like that.
Yes.
Like, I want to be able to provide for my kids in the same way that he provides for us. And my father, he took in other kids too. Like, I had cousins, and I got one, I say brother, but he's my cousins who his dad passed away when he was a young kid. My dad,
they ain't gotta be blood, you know.
He is blood. This is my first cousin.
I'm just saying,
like my brother.
Yeah, you can treat them as if they are blood related.
Right. So when his father passed, my father took him in, as well as his brothers. Yeah. Took him in as their own kid. So this is a dude that I slept in the same bed with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we did everything together. You know.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to look on TV to a Michael Jordan or a Master P or anybody to look for a role model. My role model was right there in my living room,
Yeah.
you know, or right there in his bedroom sleep because he only had 5 hours of sleep before he had
Right.
to go back to work.
But you have
and
some
get money.
kids that are looking up to people like JoJo Siwa,
I don't even know who that is.
the girl with the bows.
I don't know.
She like 38 wearing bows. No, I'm joking. She ain't 38. But I'm just saying, like, there's some people that look up to those people because of maybe their success or maybe they're attracted to what they're doing, such as an actor or an actress. Like,
that's fine,
look
but I
up
just
to them.
feel like you shouldn't have to look to TV.
Denzel Washington, I mean,
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to look to TV for that.
I look for TV
I
for
know
Denzel.
Denzel is a special actor, but there should be a
He's
Denzel
special,
in
right?
everybody's community. Somebody
Okay.
that everybody looks up to and is like, hey, I want to be an actor. Okay, you go talk to Tyrone. Oh, I want to do music. You go talk to Fredo. You go talk to such and
but
such.
they come out to the community and some of them do interact with some of the children or, you know, some of the schools and stuff like that. So
Yeah, well-
everyone's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it should be an entertainer's obligation to be a role model. Like I did gangster rap music for a lot of times and for a lot of my life. And while I did rap music, I also worked with kids. Like I was a big
You
advocate
chose
working
to,
with
though.
kids.
Yeah, you chose to.
But I always tried to keep my music separate from what I was doing with the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though most of the things I talked about in my music, I lived or I knew somebody
Right.
that lived or they were personal.
But you don't
stories
want
me.
them to go through
I didn't
that.
want them to look at me and be like, "Oh, I want to be like Stanford because he's a good, positive black dude that helps the community," and then hear my music and be like, "Oh, he's into this, that,
Yeah.
and that, and this," and then
Yeah.
idolize that person instead of the person that they see and they interact with
Right.
on a daily basis.
You turned
in their
it
community.
around to something positive. I
Right.
mean, it just, like I said, it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
You know, and their intentions within their field.
Yeah, but like Charles Barkley said in like 92, 93, 94, he's not a role
I
model.
was like
Charles Barkley
5
shouldn't
or
be
6 or 7.
whatever.
I was.
Charles Barkley shouldn't be my role model. He should.
He might-
Michael
he might be
Jordan,
somebody-
LeBron James shouldn't be my son's role model. I
Okay.
should be my son's role model.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I am my
and that's
kid's
the
role
reason
model.
why I don't agree with entertainers and all them being put on a pedestal.
So in
as
personal
somebody's role
life,
model. You should know the person. There should be
Interaction?
There
Right.
should be no kid out there that wants to aspire to be something and not have somebody in their neighborhood that looks like them, walks like them, talks like them.
Right.
That they can't look at and say, "I can see myself as being that person."
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. Like me, when I did music, I never wanted to be famous. But I knew that by me having my face on a CD cover would make the next kid be like, "Wow, Stanford's from the north side of Lincoln, and he has
The
his
hood.
face."
We have a hood
We
in
ain't got
Lincoln.
no hood.
Hey,
But he
some
has
people
his
like
face
the hood
on a
in
CD
Lincoln. Mm-hmm.
that you know one thing, one quick story that always sticks out to me is me and Calico. Once again, everything was family with me. Stay tight, stay
Rest
tight.
his
We stay
soul.
tight. And he's right here on my chain too.
Always.
But we put out our second album, and our first album didn't really do a whole. I think we did like 20,000 CDs out of our trunk. And the second album did a little better, but we were in the mall in Jackson, Mississippi, and we had a street team with us at this point. It was the second album.
That's
We were
nice.
doing a little better, and we're walking through Jackson Mall, and we walk into the store, and the lady, we're trying to get her to buy our CDs wholesale to sell them in her store, and we tell her our name, and she's like, "Wait, ammunition? Wait a minute, no, I got y'all stuff already."
Yeah.
And we go in there, and it's already in the store.
I know you was like teardropping
You know what I'm
it.
saying? That was a great moment.
Oh, good.
That moment also made me think, okay, there's 40, 50,000 kids who've heard me talk about this street shit on my album.
True.
And that's more impressionable than the work that I do every day because
Yeah.
they gravitate to the street shit more than they do what I actually do every day, which
I mean,
is
you
trying
can-
to support my neighborhood.
I think it's a message that's being passed.
Yeah.
And how the person takes it, how they perceive it, and what they do with the message.
But it's not your obligation to be a role model. Unless
I
you
listen
want
to
be
rap
a
all
role
day,
model.
but it's like, I don't know, I love criminals.
I got a
so-
daughter that loves Megan Thee Stallion. Now, when she listens to Megan Thee Stallion, I'd be like, ooh, like everything Megan's saying ain't what I want my daughter listening to. But I know my daughter likes it. And
She said I walk
it's up
past
to
the mirror
Megan
because I
what-
love my
what she
own
makes.
posterior. Megan is confident. I
That's
love
what I
what she
like
says.
about her.
I love the fact that she lets people know, like, I love looking at myself naked. I love walking past the mirror to look at my own posterior.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
He hits it in the mirror because he knows I'm conceited. That's what she said.
Next segment. So, friends, listeners, loved ones, this is the time of the podcast that everybody's been waiting for. This is the moment that you women have been texting the text line about. This is what you guys been sending jail mail about. Yeah, and it is none other than Tisha.
Coming to the stage.
Tips.
Ooh.
You go, girl.
Guys, guess what?
We have props this week.
Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is honey on the vagina. Have you heard of that?
Never.
Wow.
Wow. I don't have one. Like, why would I know about putting
I mean, like, okay, so, ladies.
I did hear when R. Kelly said, give me that honey love.
No. Give me that.
Is that what you mean?
No. Okay, ladies. So, couple things you can do with this honey, okay? We all shave down there. I mean,
When I was in high school, they used to put honey on the blunt to make the blunt burn slower.
really? I didn't know that.
Well, that was back in the
Oh my God.
Back in the day.
I was probably like 3. Guys, so honey on the vagina. When you get done shaving the whole thing, or you can have a strip, put some honey on, okay? After you get out of the shower, put a whole glob on and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Why? Tell me why. He don't know why. He don't know why. Okay, so for one, having honey on your skin, if you apply it numerous times, couple of days, it'll make your kitty down there like super fucking soft. Like the skin on the outside just be super like baby soft, okay? Then it also helps with irritation. It does. Like your kitty be all like soft and stuff, be like Charmin soft. And so also the honey will help with irritation and bumps, okay? But that's not all.
Bumps.
Some women get irritation bumps. Shit.
Bumps. Bumps in the bumps. No, we don't want the women with the bumps and the bumps. If you got bumps, you're gonna need a little more than honey on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need some preparation H or something.
Stop, I can't even see. Oh my
Go
God.
ahead. Teacher's tips. Honey on it. Put some honey.
On the bumps.
Like Chris Rock said, put some tussin on it. Go ahead. Teacher's tips. Put some honey on it.
It works. So I was talking about irritation bumps, not like STD bumps or like like
All right, hey, make it clear.
none of those.
They gonna be down there thinking that the herpes bumps is gonna clear up. They gonna be just pouring honey on this shit. Girl, teacher said it worked. Teacher said it worked. Go get me some organic honey. Dude, the honey gotta be organic. She got that regular shit. I got that good shit. My shit's organic.
Why you sound like what's his name on Coming to America? What's his name? Randy Watson.
Mr. Randy. You see the shirt from the last episode?
Yeah.
Mr. Randy Watson.
Ooh, that boy good.
That boy good. But do it got to be organic honey.
It just depends on your preference. I mean, I like to. Nebraska has its own little store. Yes.
Oh, what's the name of it?
I forgot. Like I did.
Oh, that's why I asked you, because I knew you didn't know the name of it. But she talking about the honey.
I'm dead serious.
Hey, let me go to the store. I don't know the name of it, so I can get some of that honey to put on my shit. but hey, you know what?
For real, try it though. But hold on.
Please do.
Do it.
Try.
What? Am I in your bubble?
Don't be putting your hand in my face.
I'm
But
scared.
I ain't scared. Like, don't do it. I'm from the hood. Like, you don't do that. Like, that's fighting. You know, I'm related to Ike Turner and them. You know, but
Oh shit.
so women, y'all try this for real. Y'all try this with the honey thing.
I'm dead serious.
And then you see the number down there, the text line. Text back.
Yes.
I'm gonna check these messages.
I'm dead serious.
I'm gonna want to see.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna want to see if the women actually
wait.
do it and if it works.
But you got it. Okay, so if you want your kitty to be super soft, you can't just do it one day.
Can I do it to my feet?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because if y'all know my
Something
feet,
wrong with you.
my feet they need some work. If it could do it for your kitty, it could do it for your foot.
I'm talking about making the kitty soft and.
Well, my feet can be soft. What's wrong with my feet being soft?
How do you go from a vagina to some feet?
Because I'm thinking about things I would want to be soft, and I would want my feet to be soft.
Have you ever put hot sauce on toes? You were talking about feet.
What type of ghetto fantasies is you living?
Like, food, that's the baby's lunch. Anyways, so, girls, ladies, trans. It's for everyone.
I'm just saying, like, you're sitting here like you're doing a commercial for the honey.
Little baby monkeys, baby Jesus. So, also, when you take off the honey, it might be a little difficult. So, what I find is more helpful is taking a hot towel and just wiping it down. Don't wipe it up, wipe down. And
Same way you wipe your butt.
Of course, 5 to 10 minutes, leave it on, wipe it off. Or if your man is coming over after you've done your honey treatment, what you want to do is take some honey, put it on these 2 fingers on the tip, and then place it at the edge of your vagina hole. So that when your man goes down on you, it's going to be sweet down there and it mixes with your juices. So you have the honey on the outside as your layer. Then when you go to squirt, because I hope he makes you squirt, not just regular like, okay?
That sounds like a fart.
It's a queef.
This motherfucker said, that's a fart, motherfucker. And the fellas, while y'all doing all that with the honey and all that, and she talking about your juices and all that, you better make sure that honey don't drip too far down there, because you know them 2 holes is only about that far.
I mean, some people lick
so
ass.
that's gonna be some buttercream that you mix
can lick
in
ass
with your honey.
You can
and
lick
you don't
ass.
want honey buttercream. It ain't like you got crackers or nothing that you spread and jam and shit on. Like, chill out, bruh. This is for the ladies.
Get some crackers.
Fellas, if you come home and
you could put
like,
honey on your dick, like you can.
If it's smelling like organic honey, tell your baby, I'll holler at you in the morning.
No, it would taste so good, like I swear to God. And then on top of that, it's very beneficial. It's clean. It's antibacterial as well.
Man, until you get to going to work tomorrow, you smell like Winnie the Pooh.
Hey, your shit.
It's just Winnie the Pooh
if
section.
You smell like Winnie the Pooh, we go together, okay?
Tigger, where is Tigger? But all
He's
I
talking
know
about
is
Tigger
it
in the
smells
basement.
like honey in here.
I'm gonna say, so like when your man or your girlfriend goes down on you, like it does taste sweet, like that's serious. So some women have like that natural sweetness to them. Some women need a little help. Okay, put a little honey on it after you clean yourself really good and make sure that you're a good girl down there. But you can use on the outside.
I like how she says some women need a little help.
They do, like,
and then make sure you're a good girl down there.
You got to. I mean,
like, how much nicer can you put it? This week's Teacher's Tips.
Be a good girl.
Text the number though down low to make sure that we know
that you're being a good girl.
If it works.
That's serious though.
You ain't gotta send no pictures.
I'm more curious about like the going down. I want y'all to text and tell me how it tastes.
The number's down there below.
That's serious. And we're like, oh, I can't wait for these answers.
Do you think?
I'm dead serious. Lick it.
Yo, so this week, Idiot Box. You could just sit back, chill.
What?
This ain't in your wheelhouse.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Sit back and chill. This ain't in your wheelhouse.
Sit back and chill. This ain't in your wheelhouse. So this week's Idiot Box goes to none other than Mr. Ben Simmons.
That sounds like
Brother Ben.
Brother Ben. There we go.
Now
Deacon Ben.
Right. Well, he's playing like Uncle Ben's from Uncle Ben's Rice. But Brother
that
Ben.
Shit is good.
Wait, Tisha.
What?
Just chill out. This is all me and the camera.
Okay. Look at my life.
Brother Ben.
Close the window.
How in the world are you a 3-time All-Star? How are you defensive player, first team?
Ooh.
How are you being paid millions on top of millions of dollars
Lord Jesus.
to do one simple thing? Now, see me, I'm a simple man.
Sounds like he is.
And they pay me hundreds or thousands of dollars
of pennies
to simply do my job. And if I want to be better at my job, that means I have to practice and learn how to do my job better.
Yes.
Brother, it ain't like you have a second job. You an NBA player. One of the top paid.
Ooh.
You don't need to go nowhere and flip no burgers at night, bro.
You don't need to go nowhere.
You don't need to go and work as a bouncer at the club, bro. You don't need to go work construction, bro. All you need to do is get your 6'10" ass in the gym
Ooh, 6'10".
and shoot some jumpers. That's it.
Baby.
Shoot some jumpers. Give me 100 a day. If you shoot 100 jumpers a day, that's gonna take you about 45 minutes to an hour. If you break that down to how much you get paid, how many millions of dollars that you get paid, you're probably making during that 45 minutes to an hour to go and practice on your craft that the fans pay you. Yeah, balling.
Is this how
that
you
the
ball?
fans pay you? You're probably getting paid over $100,000 a minute. And you mean to tell me that you can't go out there and work on some free throws? My daughter's a ball player.
It's gonna be okay.
She works on her free throws.
Gotta practice.
Bruh, you shooting 30-something%.
That's not cool.
Stevie Wonder can shoot 30-something% right now in the NBA if you give him some 30-something million a year to go practice how to do it.
Stevie Wonder can see them hoops.
Facts. Brother Simmons, you got to do better, man.
Well.
And I ain't never played no college ball, bro. I ain't never played no NBA ball, bro. But I know for facts, if you tell me I'm gonna get paid 20-something mil a year,
Better do it right.
you know what? I'm gonna make it easy. Tell me I'm gonna get paid $1 million a year, and I'm gonna spend at least 5 hours a day in the gym working on the things that I'm deficient at.
Correct.
It is proven that you don't have the time for that,
Ooh.
and you're not willing to do that.
Ooh.
So the fans should stop buying tickets to go and watch you do some bullshit. Because that's all you've been doing is some bullshit.
If he fine, I'm just gonna go and watch.
And if I was Joel Embiid, I would walk over to you and kindly put my foot all the way up your ass. Thank you. And you are the idiot of the week. I'm not going to get on your coach right now with his sorry ass who is setting records for being the worst coach ever in NBA history. Got sweat more times, got beat up in the series and then lose more times. Had these big ass leads but then lose. I'm not even gonna get into you, Doc. But I'm gonna just say this right here: Philadelphia, he is not what the doctor ordered.
Ooh.
That's the idiot.
That's
box.
a fake prescription.
But if y'all give me some free tickets, I will come to watch y'all.
I'm sure you will.
Thank you. So every week we tell y'all about the text line that you can call. You can call, you can text. You can text in your questions, your thoughts, your concerns, your demands, your threats, whatever you want.
Threats. I'd take those.
Some people got threats, you know what I'm saying? So once again, the number's at the bottom, but here's some of the questions that we got from the text line. So the first one from Sylvester says,
"Hey, Slide.
I'm almost 50 and I'm just learning about Black Wall Street. Do you think there'll ever be another Black Wall Street? And why is it taking so long to get one, if there will ever be one?"
Let's hope so.
And that's the thing. We hope so. Mm-hmm. But me personally, like I think it's going to be hard to do until like
I agree.
What it will take is it's going to take all the influential African Americans in America to come together to buy up land in a certain area, mm-hmm. and then start to build on that area. Because the fact of the matter is, if those people could do it in the early 1900s, then it could be done now.
Correct.
The only thing is
anything is possible. We just got to do it.
You have to have a plan, and then you have to execute your plan.
Correct.
And you have to have people who are committed to that plan in charge of it.
Correct.
And if you don't find the right people and put the right people in place, then it's never going to work.
Have a couple of goals.
Like, if you got Jay-Z and you got Diddy and you got Beyonce and you got Akon and you got Tisha throwing her Burger King paycheck that she got, and then you put all them people together, you could probably buy a nice chunk of land. Yeah. Let's say they buy downtown Alabama, some rural city, or some rural town in Alabama. And they buy that and they start building that up. Yeah. And they put their own
monopoly.
Yeah, they start putting their own. They put their own houses. They put their own businesses. Yeah. They put a casino. They put different things that's going to draw in money.
Correct.
They put a big event center where they have concerts and stuff like that.
That'd be nice.
The economy is going to start growing.
Education.
Right. And if I'm a black man, I'm going to want to move there if I know that it's It's like Atlanta
A new development.
in the 90s and late 90s, early 2000s. Everybody was flying to Atlanta. It was like the black mecca. You know, especially when y'all was having the Freakniks down there. All I'm gonna say is thank you, Atlanta. Thank you, like from the bottom of my heart, like thank you, Atlanta, Georgia.
What's your Magic City shout out?
I didn't even know about Magic City then. I was just strictly Freaknik. But y'all changed my life.
You took his virginity.
I had kids in middle school. You gave me a new perspective on life, Atlanta.
And women?
Life. But it's gonna take people who are very influential, who have a lot of money, to buy up a bunch of neighborhoods and make that into what Black Wall Street was. Like, first of all, a lot of people don't even know what Black Wall Street was. So just to give you some history on Black Wall Street, that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And what it was a black man. I can't remember his name, but he was he worked at he quit college or something to work at like a shoe shine store. He was busy shining shoes. The owner of the shoe shine place agreed with people that he would, when he had to go to the bathroom, he would walk, down the hall, up the stairs, whatever, to get to the Negro bathroom. While he was going there, there was a lady, white lady, who operated the elevator. It was a manually operated elevator. So the lady had to literally push the buttons, make the elevator go up and down. Mm-hmm. While she was on there, it's been said, nobody knows for a fact, but it's been said that the elevator shook and he fell into this white lady a little bit.
Oh.
And the white lady went crazy, started screaming. And this brother, I wish I knew his name, God forgive me, but he ran off the elevator scared, because back then that's scary. Today that's scary for a brother to have a white lady screaming.
Yes.
And you're the only brother around. Like, that is scary.
That's terrible.
So he took off running, and ends up, they came and got this brother the next day from his home. And while he was in jail, like, the newspaper printed an article saying, that this black man did this horrendous act to this white woman. And so mobs of white men start coming to the jail. So there was, people don't know the exact number, but there was hundreds of white men that came to the jail. So then about 2-3 dozen black men came to the jail just to make sure that that this black man wasn't lynched or murdered, because that's the things that was being said. One black, and forgive me, I don't know the story, great off the top of my head, but one of these black men owned a local hotel in town, a black-owned hotel, and he actually stood in the top of his window when everything was going down and shot down and was able to, protect his neighborhood that way. And then they ended up lying to him, saying that if he surrendered, they wouldn't do nothing to his hotel.
Yeah,
he surrendered, they burned his hotel down, all that good stuff.
They did a lot of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, over 100 to 300 people were murdered that day.
Yeah.
And that's something that your scholastic books don't tell you in elementary school.
A lot of their homes were burnt down as well.
My teachers have never said anything about that in elementary school.
Yeah.
There's been black people who are witnesses on that day who are still alive who said there were airplanes dropping bombs, Molotov cocktails and different things on their homes.
They were trying to take everything away. And that's unfortunate, just to be an African American.
And like they said, there was a time from I think 8 or 9 o'clock until 6, 7 in the morning when they thought it was over.
Yeah, and it was.
But that was white people that got together and plotted on how they were going to take down this black community.
Didn't it last 3 days?
Yeah. And Black Wall Street, it was crushed. Like, you can see pictures and images of it. It breaks my heart every time I see it, but you'll see where homes was, and you'll see metal bed frames where people's bedrooms were.
Yeah, and what's left.
And what's left, the remnants of their homes, the pictures that they had of their loved ones were all ruined on that day. And that's one of the one of the most thriving black communities ever. Yeah. And white people were able to, angry white mobs of people were able to take that down in a matter of 72 hours. That's
just
scary.
Didn't feel like they.
All because a white woman felt afraid while in the presence of a black man, and this black man had no ill intentions, and it's been proven that he had no ill intentions.
Unfortunately, so like that, there's always something that comes out of that.
Yeah, so that was fucking Karen in 1930 something. I think it was in Tulsa.
She was still operating.
That bitch was there too. She's like Forrest Gump. She's everywhere. Fucking Karen. But thanks for the question, Sly. Sylvester, we appreciate it.
Slide.
Next question.
Oh gosh. Monica, thank you so much for asking about this.
Monica from the Valley.
Monica.
I like how she put in the text, this is Monica from the Valley.
Hey.
I was thinking like, what valley? I've been to LA in the valley, in the hills, they call the hills the valley.
Yes.
And then I've been to Phoenix where they call that the valley. So I was thinking like, what valley? So
let us know, girl.
So
let
Monica,
us know.
if you ever text back again, the number's below.
Yes.
Let us know specifically what valley you're from. But thanks for the
Yes.
text, but go ahead.
Okay, so she wanted to know, why do I like bad boys?
So much. Why do you like bad boys
So much. Look, quotation, so much.
Yeah.
They're fucking fun. Okay, so naturally, like, I am like a challenger by nature. I'm a risk taker. Like, you said the other day, like, stuff that I say makes sense to me, but not to, like, you guys. And so it's like, what?
Facts. When I do this to the camera,
Anyways,
that means facts.
Anyway, like I said, I don't know why you guys don't think like me. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm trying to help. Monica, love you, girl. She sent an awesome question. But the reason why I love my bad boys, there's so many reasons. Why are you looking at me like that for?
I want to know too.
Damn. Okay, guys. So, fun, risk-taking. Some of them do things that you're not supposed to do. Sometimes, like, we'll have each other do stuff that we've never done.
Like rob a bank. Like be a conspiracy to a murder.
No. I work in criminal defense. Okay, I'll defend you. Shoot.
Hey, could you put this half ounce of shit up in your...
I don't know. I've always been attracted to the bad boy type. Now, sometimes they're not good for me. Like, I think every woman kind of gets curious or is attracted to a badass boy, but sometimes they're not good for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like some of the fine men, like they be so fine, or the ones with good dick. Usually those ones don't stay around because like they're in their head, their dick is so good, so it's like they want to be out here like that.
How do you know that? Like, how do you know?
Me and my friends talk about all the time, like, girl, you know, the ones with the good dick, like those are the ones like you don't deal with. And I'm like,
But like, as a man, like, how do you know that you got the dick
I mean,
or
like
the good dick?
the dick. So you should know by like the person you're having sex with.
Oh, they gonna tell you, you got that good dick. Give it to me.
I mean, yeah, like
Give it to me.
give me that funk, that sweet, that mash, that gushy stuff. So they're supposed to tell you. I mean, or you'll be able to tell by the woman's body language, like her waterfall. Like, is she a desert? Is she waterfall?
Aquafina.
Is she 3 foot?
That was actually her name. That wasn't.
Whose name? Mine?
Huh? You know that.
If her,
You gonna tell me it ain't a black person
if
that
her
named
pool-
that kid Aquafina?
what? Like Obamanique,
I know a lot of strippers named Aquafina.
Aquafina, Obamanique,
You
Bradley.
slide down the pole like, but her name is Aquafina. But so you like bad boys so much because they're dangerous, they're risk takers,
Yes.
and they can potentially get you 5 to 10.
Hey, we gonna be doing that time. We said
Moving on.
We gonna be doing that time together.
Monica from the Valley.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you for
I
your
love
question.
them, okay.
Next time, or even not next time, just hit us back and let us know what valley you're from.
I'm glad that's an important
Is it
question.
Nature's Valley? I mean,
You stupid. That's
you're
a
out there making
granola
orange
bar.
juice and shit. Or is that, no, is it orange juice? Or?
Nature's Valley is like a granola
Oh, the
bar.
little oats and honey crunchy
Yeah,
bar. Yeah,
the
you're right.
hard one.
Let us know. Be specific.
I love that people want to know.
Yeah, so last but not least, Maurice didn't say where he was from, but the last question is, why do you call the show Late and Lit if y'all ain't turning up on camera? So
You don't know what we do like before we get here.
my answer to that would be like, to me, when people say lit, like that don't always mean like you just turn it up and you drinking and
You
you
be
smoking.
thinking like, ah,
Like to me, what's lit is like when I see a sister who like has her own business.
energy.
Like that's lit when I see a
Yes.
sister with her own business.
Yes.
When I see a sister leaving, if I'm getting my hair done or my hair twisted, and I'm getting my hair cut, and she leaves out the same salon, and she jumps into a Range Rover, like that's lit.
That's lit.
You know what I'm saying? If it's
That's
a
right.
sister who's a CEO of a company, like that's lit. Or if it's a brother that's the CEO of a company,
Hey, I
To
got
me,
a
that's
bomb ass
lit.
career, so I'm motherfucking lit.
That's lit.
I'm conceited with myself in my
if
career.
it's a brother who teaches a kindergarten class,
Is he fine?
and he's the best teacher.
Is
You know what I'm saying? He puts his craft seriously. He takes his craft seriously. and these kids are really learning from him, that's lit to me.
Lit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't always about turning up with me or getting crunk.
Gotta turn
with
up
me.
before the
You know what I'm
show,
saying? But if you do, if you do go to the club and you get lit, like that's the shit too.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Everyone's
saying?
lit is different. Lit in the bedroom, lit in the classroom,
Yeah.
lit in the car, lit in the shower, lit on the toilet.
Like if you're a student and you bring back all A's and B's and your parents never got to check
That's
your grades,
lit.
that's lit as fuck.
Yes,
Because
of
you're
course.
taking a burden off your parents that you don't even know was there. Like,
It's an achievement.
Like, as a parent, like I always check my kids' grades.
Yeah.
I check that more than I check social media.
Yeah.
Any good parent should. That's lit to me. The
Yes.
fact that I check my kids' grades all the time.
Their response is lit too.
The fact that my kids like that I hold them accountable
Yeah.
is lit to me.
Not all kids like that.
Yeah. My kids' high school, the administration holds them accountable.
Yeah.
That's
As
lit
they
to
should.
me.
As they should.
That's lit to me.
Yes.
So Maurice, don't always get it confused and think that lit is something that
More
just
like-
when you see it, it's all about somebody
little bit
turning
loud.
up or drinking, or smoking or clubbing or whatever.
This is juicy juice.
Right. That ain't what it's all about. The juicy juice ain't what it's all about. Sometimes, you got to get out there and do things that other people ain't doing.
Yeah.
And something that might be uncomfortable to you or something that you might not be used to seeing.
That's why I like Bad Boys, because they lit. And like what they do is lit. And like we
And
just
with that
lit.
being said,
We just lit.
we sure thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you so much fucking
Episode
much.
3. We appreciate y'all sticking around with us. I know she says some things sometimes that you're like,
I be serious though.
What
Like
the f-
I be dead.
I'm here with you. I say what the two.
I be serious. Everything that come out my mouth, I be
But
serious.
that's why you the homie though. And that's why I appreciate doing the show with you.
Hey.
Episode 3, late and lit. As you know, it's going down.
And we with the shit.